Welcome. This is your next 48 for August 9th through the 11th, 2020. And as I was thinking about your reading and shuffling the cards, there was police sirens in the background out in the street. And what kind of came to mind is that it's funny, they were kind of intermittent, like on for a long minute and then off, and then on for a short minute and then off, and then on for a long minute and then off. And so kind of this intermittent feeling of a need to rush to do something, or like something is coming, but they're not coming, they're not coming. And also kind of this calm feeling, too, that whatever's coming isn't going to be that big of a deal, so I'm getting the sense you're still kind of flowing with some of that flowing energy, Taurus. But let's see what else is in the cards for you. Wow, we just had a whole bunch of cards pop out there, which tells me there might be a fair amount of stuff in there. But let's see here. Oh, alright, you're going to lay out there. Oh, 3 cards. Okay. Well, interesting. So, 3 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands in reverse, and the 4 of Wands in upright, which is typically considered to be the Twin Flame card, but is also kind of that happy home card. So, I mean, you know what's funny? The way that these cards have come out. So, see, that happy home is jumping around. What I'm kind of getting the sense of, because if you look, like, you got 2 people looking over this way at this person who is in ego. And this card is in reverse. It's a lack of recognition for being in one's ego. And it's staring at this happy home situation and or twin flame situation. And this can be getting counseling, seeking counsel. It can also be third-party situations, especially contractual ones like living arrangements and things like that. But it can also be about writing, blogging, publishing, things like that, especially teaching. And it's definitely very earth sign energy. So it could be that you are teaching someone how to come out of their ego to have a happy twin flame connection or happy home situation, or you might be dealing with some kind of a more communal third-party situation where somebody is in their ego in a not fun way, kind of in another dimension, and yet, well, I mean, it could be affecting the home situation or the twin flame situation, but I'm actually kind of getting the sense that it's not, and maybe that's what those sirens were about, is that you might feel like this situation is going to affect this situation when it's really not, especially if you stay in your flowing energy. Bottom of the deck, 5 of Pentacles. You might be feeling left out of some conversation, or you might feel like leaving someone out of conversation or situation. With that 3 of Pentacles, you might also be getting some good guidance, good counsel from friends or professionals or anything like that. And this card, Hot Topic on top, actually wanted to fall out before, which is like, it's like the difference between like setting down your burdens, deciding to set down some of those ones and talk about them and then move forward to the Page of Wands. It's like you're carrying them and they just all kind of scatter and become like a game of like pick up sticks. So the situation with that 6 of Wands may be because somebody is doing this kind of a moving goalpost game or word salad, or trying to, like, if you're, you're carrying this and maybe you have an extra big load that you need to carry for a minute, and they come along and like pull a stick out and it all falls down. Right underneath, well, actually, let's look at what's in the middle of the deck. 4 of Swords in upright. So it's a good time for meditation, prayer, inner guidance, but it's also important to recognize where you and or others may be wearing a mask. And then, yeah, underneath this, in fact, this being in the shadow card position, it may be that you want to leave somebody out in the cold over these next 48 hours, but that you're feeling like either you are getting into a poverty mindset, or you want to leave them out of that situation because they're in a poverty mindset, kind of a victim thing, and you want this. You want everybody to be happy and flowing and communicating well. Right underneath that Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, a slow message coming in. Four of Pentacles, being a bit of a miser, but having good boundaries and not sending out to, not spending too much. Also, strangely enough, got this image in my head of this kind of being like somebody taking a selfie. So maybe there'll be some selfies coming in, or maybe there's some money coming in. You got a couple of pentacles in there. High Priestess in reverse, so somebody being secretive and deceptive and possibly using like psychic senses to try to create disharmony, possibly between you and a lover, or this could be with you and a lover, or you're noticing this with somebody around you, and it's affecting this, the Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment, but it's not throwing it all off per se. It might be making you feel a bit cold and reactive, though, and you might be dealing with somebody who's being a bit cold and reactive, maybe refusing to see what baggage they need to release in order to have a good, stable, new beginning. But there is an emotional breakthrough coming. There might be, either the person or you might be repressing some emotions, but you and they, and/or they, are tired of the nightmare situation that is being created and exhausted from it. So there might be an immature, kind of a small expression of a desire to bring back the balance to the situation. Either you might try it, kind of dip your toes in, or the other person might try it. So be mindful that you don't necessarily have to take an immature offer, but if whatever this situation is really what you want, then it is good to give some grace in that situation. But be mindful that if somebody is not really recognizing and owning their own BS and their own ego, that you can't have that with them anyways. And it's not for lack of trying on your part or lack of giving grace. So if they're being like this, then don't worry about this situation. Enjoy your relationship. Enjoy connection with spirit. Enjoy what you're doing. And yeah, you know, maybe you do need to leave them out in the cold for a little bit. It doesn't have to be forever. And the situation will likely either correct itself, or an opportunity will open up for it to be corrected in a healthier way. Anyways, Taurus, if you'd like a personal reading, I leave my email in the description box below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading.